Through the 18th century to the 21st century, many captivating events have happened. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Happy and exciting moments so as sad ones have culminated to form a great history of the world. Today, being the 10th of May, join me as we go through time and explore happenings the world has witnessed. We begin with an event that took place on this day, 1774. Louis XVI acceded to the throne of France, and his wife, Marie-Antoinette, became queen consort. However, they were later beheaded during the French Revolution. Fast forward to the same day the following year, 1775. During the American Revolution, the Green Mountain Boys, led by Ethan Allen and Benedict Arnold, took control of the British-held Fort Ticonderoga. On to a sad event in the history books. It was on this day, 1857, that the Indian Mutiny, a widespread but unsuccessful rebellion by the Indian soldiers, broke out in Meerut as a result of the country's accelerating westernization. However, British officers carried out a military operation against the Indian soldiers. Let's turn our attention to United States of America. On this day, 1865, Jefferson Davis, President of the Confederate States of America, which was an amalgamation of 11 southern states, was captured by the Union troops near Irwinville, Georgia, during the American Civil War. Staying in the United States, it was on this day, 1869, that the tracks of the Central Pacific and the Union Pacific were joined at Promontory, Utah, to form the first transcontinental railway. 3 years later after this event, 1872, American reformer, Victoria Woodhull, would go on to become the first woman to be nominated for President of the United States when the Equal Rights Party selected her as its candidate. Still in the US, did you know it was on this day, 1924, that a public official, John Edgar Hoover at age 29, was appointed the first director of the Federation Bureau of Investigation, popularly known as the FBI, until his death. He used controversial methods to turn the agency into one of the most efficient investigative forces in the world today, and would go on to become the longest-serving director, having served for 48 years. He used his possession of secret files to maintain himself as the FBI's director, and was apparently able to intimidate even sitting presidents by threatening to leak damaging disclosures about them. Turning our attention to the United Kingdom, it was on this day, 1940, British Prime Minister, Neville Chamberlain, resigned his office after losing the support of many conservatives in the House of Commons. He was replaced by Winston Churchill, who would go ahead and enter World War II. Whilst the debate of Chamberlain's support was ongoing, Germany, on the other hand, were busily invading Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. Moving back to the US, on this day, 1962, Marvel Comics released the first issue of The Incredible Hulk. This towering muscle-bound anti-hero was created by writer Stan Lee and artist Jack Kirby. Let's come all the way to May 10, 1994. American serial killer, John Wayne Gacy, was executed after being found guilty of murdering 33 boys and young men in the 1970s. This revelation brought shock in his Chicago community, because he was known for performances as a clown at charitable events and children's parties. While the execution was going on in the US, it was all joy in South Africa and Africa as a continent, because Nelson Mandela was inaugurated as President of South Africa. Nelson Mandela's effort brought an end to apartheid and earned him a share of the 1993 Nobel Peace Prize. To end on a rather bizarre historical event, on this day, 2002, an American FBI agent, Robert Hansen, was sentenced to life in prison after pleading guilty to spying for Moscow. He was one of the Soviet Union's and Russia's most valuable double agents, and the most damaging spy ever to penetrate the FBI. Shout out to him in his grave as he passed on in 2023. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, kindly like, share, and let's know what you think in the comment section. See you next Friday, and until then, stay safe.